So today I want to talk about transcendence. And normally when we think of that word, of transcending, of transcendence, there's a religious connotation to that, and something that probably isn't available to us mere mortals. And I want to shift our perspective on that today. So transcendence, rising up to our own possibilities, to our own lives, rise up against our own perceived limitations. Rise up to meet ourselves. So I came across a Zimbabwe-born Canadian philosopher by the name of Matshona, let me get this right, Dhliwayo. Matshona Dhliwayo. Cool guy. And I found a really inspiring short poem by him I want to share. So he says, "You may be poor, but important. Uneducated, but wise. Lowly, but noble. Simple, yet insightful. And ordinary, but great." So I feel like the theme to every single line is about rising up. So you may be poor, but important. And I think of my father's family bringing 12 kids from Holland after the war, basically lost everything shortly after coming to Canada and living in a church basement, and life wasn't good. But my grandparents were very important people to those 12 children who relied on them. Uneducated but wise. Again, so I was thinking of my dad, who left school at 15, went to trade school, and became very successful in his careers. And I went with him one time. He invited me to go with him to Toronto for some negotiations with some people who were trying to impress him and partner with him. And I was blown away at how centered he was. It didn't matter that we were on Bay Street with these men in fine suits and big offices. He was there to do business, and he didn't lose his center. He wasn't overwhelmed. He didn't feel less than. And that was his lesson to me. Always treat everybody the same, no matter whether they're a president or they're on the street. Be kind, be fair. Lowly, but noble. A couple of years ago when we had the great opportunity to witness Emily graduate from Columbia University in New York, we went out to celebrate at a very well-known, basically famous chicken and waffle restaurant in Harlem called the Red Rooster. And as we left there, I noticed a man in a wheelchair, not directly in front of the door, but a little off to the side on the street side. And his legs were cut off just below the hips. And he was sitting there, and it struck me because he wasn't sitting there in a slump and he wasn't sort of moaning and groaning. He had a very dignified air about him. So I went over and chatted with him until our cab came. And it was such a beautiful experience. And he had this incredible smile, and he shared his story with me. And he's sitting there with a small cup looking for donations. He's not screaming. He doesn't even have a big sign. He didn't even say anything, but you felt compelled to help. And there he was, as My grandmother would say, poor as church mice. And he was dignified. He was noble. Simple but insightful. Kermit the Frog, a very wise small man, said, life is like a movie. Write your own ending. Simple but insightful. And how about the last line? And ordinary but great. Rosa Parks chose not to give up her seat on the bus. She chose to take a seat at the table of her own life. So we have these opportunities to transcend, to rise up every single day. And it's beautiful. And that is powerful. And it's incredible to see other people tune into their own power and listen and then act. And we can learn so much from people that have had the strength and wisdom to do just that. So, usually transcendent, it is a spiritual, religious connotation. Yes, we can transcend in deep meditation, absolutely. But to bring that into our daily life is awesome. When we choose to rise up, when we choose to elevate our thoughts, choose to elevate our emotions, choose to elevate the way we move about the world. That is transcendence, especially in difficult times. And it's infectious, the lessons that I learned from witnessing the great difficulties of my grandparents and my father's family and my parents, the strength that they had, the resilience that they developed affects me and has made me stronger. So we can choose. And it ain't easy, but we can choose. One breath at a time, one step at a time, one moment at a time, one gesture at a time, we can rise up. We can transcend our limited, self-imposed beliefs that we learned through religion, through family, tribe, through friendships, through schooling. This is a time when we're supposed to look at that and see what sits well with us and see what needs to be explored a little more. So let's do a powerful practice today. Might want to grab a Kleenex. I won't cry. We're going to do some really powerful pranayama. And then I'll introduce to you a Krya, which is a meditative active form, which involves both mudra, hand gesture, movement of the body with the breath. So this time until the very end, we'll have our eyes open. During these pranayama techniques, sometimes your eyes might drop, might close automatically, cool. But generally we'll really settle in at the end of the meditation when we have a mantra practice. So make yourselves comfortable. And we will start with 3 rounds of Kapalabhati. And I like to start with Kapalabhati first because it's allowing both nostrils to work together. And then we'll go into Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breath. And then I'm going to teach you Cosmic Breath 3, straight from the Himalayas. It's pretty cool. So taking a nice big inhale. Exhale, and we're going to breathe in and out through the nostrils rapidly, vigorously. And with every exhale, we're going to pump the belly in towards the spine. So here we go. Inhale deeply. Allow the eyes to close. Hold the breath here. Settle the inward gaze at the third eye. Hold. And release. Inhale. Exhale. And begin second round. Inhale deeply. Hold here. Close the eyes. Maintain an inward gaze towards the third eye. And release. Last round. Inhale. Exhale. And begin. Inhale. Hold the breath here. Eyes are closed. Inward gaze at the third eye. Stay here. Settle. And release the breath. Take a moment to allow the eyes to close if they are not already. Maintaining your awareness inwards. Sensing the body, the breath. We'll move into Nadi Shodhana. First two fingers rest between the brow. The active digits are thumb and ring finger. We will begin by inhaling through the left nostril, exhaling through the right. For a certain count, I'll watch it. Then we will inhale, exhale, and switch sides. So together we begin. Inhale left, exhale right. Drawing the belly to the spine with each exhalation, each pump. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Switch sides. Inhale, right nostril. Exhale, left. Begin. And inhale. And hold the breath here at the top. Closing the eyes. Hold. And release. Allow the breath to return to its normal pacing. And notice here the shift within the body. That even through a vigorous, enlivening, immune-boosting pranayama, we have that flip side of greater ease of breath. A stillness developing in the mind and the body. You can gently allow the eyes to open, and I will demonstrate the cosmic Krya, cosmic breath, 3. So the actions with the hands are simply that with each inhale, they come up from the knees towards the hips. With each exhale, they move down the legs towards the knees. So inhale and exhale. Now there's a movement as well with the spine. So we are inhaling, opening up the chest and the spine. There's a nice back bend, gentle back bend. And then as we exhale, the spine rounds forward. So we're inhaling and exhaling. So the third component to this is the breath. More specifically with our inhales and exhales. So with the inhale, we inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and then we flip it. We inhale through the mouth, exhale through the nose. Then we switch again. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the mouth, exhale through the nose, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the mouth, exhale through the nose. Continue at your own pacing. Allow the eyes to close. Stay inward. Stay connected. We're going to do this for 2 minutes. Become one with the movement, one with the breath. Few more breaths. Two more rounds. And come back to center. Allow the eyes to remain closed. Settle here, palms down. Soft face. Relaxed jaw. Feel this ease you have made. Own this shift you have created. We can change in but a moment, settling our thoughts, creating ease in the body and the mind, just through the breath. And we will finish our meditation today with a mantra. So today, let's practice together. So, hum, inhaling, silently repeating. So, and on the exhale, silently hum. So, hum. I am that. So, hum. At your own pacing, silently. So, hum. Stay with the mantra. When the mind wanders, which it will, bring it back. This is the skill we are developing. Presence through the breath. Presence through the mantra. So, hum. Sensing the vibrational qualities of the mantra. Tuning in. In the vibration there is sound. In the vibration there is silence. Just a few more moments. And you can allow the release of the mantra. And sensing once again your internal space, that which is you. It always has been there. It always will be. The stillness, the wisdom, the love, the power, to rise up. Let's inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Allow the eyes to gently open. So I'd like to read one line from my new philosopher friend, Matshona Dhliwayo. The sun rises not to be mediocre, but to shine. So should you. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.